Hi, this is Jeff Bratton at Gepar MLS. This is a uh, quick video to talk about searching, mapping, accuracy of data, a couple of things that hopefully in the end you'll understand the importance of putting in accurate information on your listing and problems that can arise from doing map searches and looking for comps. So let's get started. I'm going to start off by showing you a couple approaches that you might do when you're looking for properties in a particular neighborhood. Okay, one thing you'll may do is you'll go and do a residential search. Let's say you're looking for sold, and we'll do some pending too. And you put in, I don't know, 3 to 5 bedrooms and square footage between 1,000 and 2,000. Okay, you can see at the bottom here we've got 2,852 matches. Simply too much. We want to narrow it down. Okay. Um, a very popular way that you might have been doing this so far is to do a map search. I'm going to go ahead and jump over to an area right now that is going to be east of the loop. It's off this area around what's called Ventana and Amistoso Street. Okay, you kind of see a hub shape here. So we want to find comps in this neighborhood. We see them identified right now with a little icon. Okay, what allows that icon to be there is its map placement. So for all these listings entered, when the agent put it in, they were asked to map it off the address and assign it there. So the whole purpose of this video right now is to show you that there simply are some properties that should be here that aren't. So this is one area I want to highlight. So if I go ahead and draw a shape, it's going to close off this area. Okay, we've still got 43 properties in here. And if I go back and added some active now, just to kind of highlight that, we've got 84 properties in here. We're still missing some. There's some active, pending, and closed probably missing that we're not going to find from this search. Okay, so even if I had not used this map and just had zoomed in and just kind of wanted to look and click on things, again, I'm not finding them. Okay, there are sections in MLS that where these listings are being mapped at accidentally or by the system. And that's really the focus of what I want to show you today. Take another example. Here's a map I have set up. Okay, very specific criteria to identify that. Homes between 1,900 and 2,100 square feet sold back in the last 90 days. Very, very tight search. And again, I'm just showing you here, I've got what I call three comps, three sales in here. There are streets out here. It's been mapped off what it looks like to be out in the desert, but that's actually developed roads. The map satellite imagery just hasn't updated. But I'm missing a very important one, okay? It's actually mapped downtown. So let's talk about what happens when I put in a new listing. I'm going to go ahead and add a new listing right now. And this is an example of me putting in a street that maybe is a very brand new street, or it's a new home development, and the street address just isn't matching up yet in the map. So I want to go ahead and type in an address. Okay, El Paso County. Zip code is 9938. Okay, so in addition to all the other information on the listing you're going to have to enter, it's very important that you make sure that that's mapped correctly. We're going to see in a moment why 500 listings are not where they should be on the map. So you might want to hit get latitude, longitude from address. So when I do this, yes, it mapped it, but what I need to be aware of, it's mapped it downtown. It's actually the default location where it assigns listings that it really doesn't know where to map it to. And the problem with this is a very new street that's just not showing up yet on this Microsoft map yet. Okay, so I'm going to have to, as the agent, spend a moment going under where it says set latitude, longitude manually. Okay, I'm going to have to know where this location is. So I'm going to go ahead and move it back out to where I believe it should be. Okay, so let's say it needs to be here. So you hit place new pin and you click it and it moved it. If you meant to put it here, well, hit place new pin and move it there instead and hit done. Okay, now it's mapped correctly. Now it's going to show up in a search and make it very easy for the other agents, buyer's agents, to find that in their searches if they want to use radius or map. Might as well make sure that my subdivision is accurate too as well, because an alternate way to find comps or properties in a neighborhood area is a subdivision. All right, I'll show you another example. Let's look at Valley Creek, just to show you on the map. I've defined a region. This is actually kind of so you can understand where I'm at. South of Artcraft, west of Rio Grande, north of Country Club Road. Very tight area here for a subdivision. There's actually another one right here where you see with my mouse. It's called Heritage Farms. Okay, that's it. It's just that little strip between Upper Valley Road and down here almost to Simon Court. But you can see these are all the listings I found simply just drawing a shape. Really just want to know what's in Valley Creek. And you can see I've got 43 listings. Okay. So if I go back here and I actually go into the subdivision, type Valley Creek, and I remove my map, I'm now up to 62 properties. Okay. But look at that. I've gained 7 down here that are downtown. I've got 10, 11 properties that are mapped definitely way off of where Valley Farms is, and then one straggler way up here. So what happened is, because when I take away the map now, I open it up to anything off that subdivision, and I'm really just trying to highlight what happened on input with these listings. Okay, we've got these 7 listings that should be mapped in Valley Farms, where we were just at with the map shape. But on input, it looks like the agent had not spent a little bit about time making sure it was mapped correctly in the system. They would have had to map and drag that map pin from downtown and mapped it accurately where it needs to go inside Valley Farms in one of these streets. That's really where those 7 should be. Same thing happened up here. What I can say happened is these are probably very new listings. They're probably lots that, because the address may have been right, but it's just not finding it and mapping in the system. So important to go and spend that little bit of time mapping your own listing. Again, you have to put yourself in the shoe of one of our users. They go in here, they know where Valley Creek is, and they're just going to draw a map around it. Maybe they'll include Valley Heritage Farms as well. Okay, so when I go back and I take out that subdivision, again, make it simple. We've got users right now who this is the way they search. And I've only got 50, where we know I've got 7 more downtown and about 12 more, a little bit more north. I'm just not going to find them or know about them in my search. I may go to my search results and assume that that's it. Make it easy to find them. Just simply map the listings. Okay. So let's tie this in and actually look at where things are mapped. I've got a search set up that's actually going to show us a couple of areas in town where the system may be assigning properties. I've got a little section almost to the state line way up north where there's no housing development right there. It's just dirt. And I've got a little over about 21 listings mapping up there. And again, that's not where they're mapped. That's not where they should be mapped. I've got 531 downtown. That's kind of the main location where it wants to put them. 506 in this location, and then 25 here. Again, there are not 506 properties here. This had to do with the agents putting them in, just making sure that they're mapping them correctly. Majority of these are going to be new home or lots, but I do have some existing older homes mixed in there as well. Okay, just to emphasize more, again, this could be one of your listings, just a little education moment to go in and revise your own maps. These are properties in the MLS. I've got a large group of properties that are not mapping anywhere within El Paso County at all. So we've got 69 properties, a blend of different statuses and property types that you may use in your analysis or search for comps. Okay, and I want to zoom out on the map so you can see. We've got a lot of them mapped around across Texas. I've got one in Kansas, a couple in California. I've got some activity over in Africa, and then way over here on Somalia. So that's not where these properties are. There are errors on input at some point because of the address. And again, this could be raw land. They just were not, the system cannot map them because the address is too new or not matching on the maps. So you got to make sure that you're mapping them. These three out in the middle of the ocean, Atlantic, are not going to be found in a traditional radius or map search when the agents are looking for that. All right, so that's really the gist of it. The key thing that you can sometimes do to avoid some of these inaccurate mappings is to search by subdivision. If we want to highlight one more example, I'm going to go ahead and do pendings, closed, and expired and canceled. I'm going to go ahead and pick two subdivisions, Heritage Farms and Valley Creek. Make sure Valley Creek is selected. Okay, got 43 matches. Go on the map. Again, we can see that 4 of the ones that should be in Valley Creek are mapped downtown, and I got a couple up north. Okay. So doing it that way, I avoided having to draw a shape or even a radius shape like this. That is going to locate those properties because I just lost the ones downtown and up north based off mapping. So no map. Heritage Farms is right here, and then we've got Valley Creek. So doing it that way, I'm not really at that point concerned that where they're mapped because of the subdivision search, and then I can go to the results and go through and select the ones I want. Okay, so we are going to be working on improving the MLS map system. So we're going to be making changes in the MLS to hopefully improve the ability to map these. Part of that is going to be enhancing our maps so that even new or recent addresses can be mapped correctly. But it's very important, again, to make sure your own listings are mapped. A quick tip, just go ahead and pull up one of your own properties in the system. And when you do that, you can actually look at the map and you can see and verify that it's mapped in the right location. Okay. If it's not, then you'll just want to go and edit your listing and update the map. So that's going to go ahead and conclude this little training map education. Thank you for watching.